expire term. I do, by these presents, appoint Robert Bob Wayne Brinson Jr. as member of the North Carolina Senate 2023-2024 General Assembly. In witness thereof, I have hereunto signed my name and affixed the great seal of the state of North Carolina at the Capitol in the city of Raleigh this 13th day of July in the year of our Lord 2024, and of the independence of the United States of America, the 248th. Roy Cooper, Governor. Elaine Mar.
You may be seated. We're on to our calendar now. Senate Bill 166, the clerk will read.
Senate Bill 166, 2024, Bill.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little rusty. I jumped the gun. Hold on just a second. I'm sorry. We've got to hit these courtesies of the gallery. Courtesies of the gallery. Do we have any? Senator Brett is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to send forth a conference committee report. And if you allow, I'll submit it.
You can submit it.
Senator Brett submits conference report for House Bill 10. The conferee is appointed to resolve the differences between the Senate and the House of Representatives on Bill 10, a bill to be entitled an act to require compliance with immigration detainers and administrative warrants, to recognize certain reports from local law enforcement, and to utilize the Attorney General to seek the court order for failure to comply. Senate Judiciary Committee substitute adopted 4/30/24, 4th edition, engrossed 5/2/24. Submit the following report. New title, an act to require compliance with immigration detainers and administrative warrants, to require certain reports from local law enforcement, and to make various changes in the budget operation of the state. The General Assembly of North Carolina enacts.
Senator Rabin is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I would like, if possible, for you to continue with your courtesies of the gallery. And when we finish that, I have a series of motions to make, please, before we go to the calendar.
Do we have any courtesies of the gallery? Seeing none, Senator Rabin, you're recognized again.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move that all bills passed out of the Senate today be sent to the House by special message.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you, Mr. President. The conference reports to House Bill 10 require sheriffs to cooperate with ICE has been handed in to the principal clerk. Move that it be added to today's calendar.
So ordered.
Senate Bill 917, additional General Assembly appointments, and Senate Joint Resolution 918, confirm Adam Lockhart Taylor were filed this morning. Move that they be introduced and placed on the end of today's floor calendar for consideration.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you, Mr. President. The following bills were vetoed by the governor and are in Senate rules. Senate Bill 166, Building Code Reg Reform. House Bill 155, Titles for Off-Road Vehicles, Low-Speed Vehicle Inspection. House Bill 556, Tenancy in Common E-Notary, Small Claims Changes. House Bill 690, No Central Bank Digital Currency Payments to the State. Senate Bill 445, Recording of Court-Filed Documents. Move that they be recalled from rules and placed on the top of today's floor calendar in that order.
Without objection, so ordered. Introduction of bills. Clerk will read.
Introduced by Senator Raymond, Senate Bill 917, an act to appoint persons to various public offices upon the recommendation of the President Pro Tem of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and to make modifications to previous appointments. Submitted by Senator Raymond, Senate Joint Resolution 918, providing for the confirmation of Adam Lockhart Taylor to the Board of Review.
And now we are on to our calendar. Senate Bill 166, clerk will read.
Senate Bill 166, 2024, Building Code Regulatory Reform.
Senator Jarvis is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Building Code Regulatory Reform Bill is a crucial piece of legislation which addresses multiple issues in our current building and stormwater regulations, reducing overregulation and burdens for our developers and citizens. Key provisions in this bill streamline the process for obtaining building permits, clarifying existing requirements, and eliminating redundant regulations. It also establishes a commercial code council, ensuring that the building codes are practical, relevant, and tailored to the needs of commercial construction sector. Most importantly, this bill helps to cut unnecessary regulations, making it easier to develop sustainable and affordable housing by reducing administrative hurdles and promoting efficiency. We can provide more housing options to North Carolinians at a lower cost. Let's take this important step toward regulatory reform. Together, we can ensure more efficient, fair, and affordable housing market for all of our citizens. Mr. President, I move that the Senate Bill 166, 2024, Building Code Regulatory Reform become law, notwithstanding the objections of the governor.
Is there any discussion or debate? Senator Marcus, what purpose do you rise?
To debate the bill.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I oppose this bill, and I support the governor's veto of it for the good reasons that he set out in his veto statement. I'd like to highlight some of those reasons and others that have been received from experts in the field who are very worried about this bill. Affordable housing is something we're all concerned about, but housing is not affordable or good if it is not safe and not energy efficient. And this bill really poses some significant dangers for North Carolinians. It's in the same direction as a bill passed earlier by this body, House Bill 488, and this further weakens North Carolina building codes by, among other things, prohibiting the state from requiring the elevation of water heaters to decrease the potential for harm in a flooding event. It changes the requirements for insulation in some homes that will lead to lower fuel efficiency and higher costs to the homeowner. It rushes inspections and the approval process for permit reviews. It restricts the access of building code inspectors to certain construction sites. It allows the automatic approval of sewer system permits, and it eliminates the 2 positions on the Building Code Council that are held by architects. Those are the people with the expertise and training needed to ensure that buildings are designed safely. It's irresponsible to remove the architects, and we should not allow politics to be more important than the public safety. In addition, this bill limits options for electric vehicles. It also threatens the health and safety of North Carolinians and our ability to have clean water to drink at our homes, because it reduces the requirement to test backflow preventers, and it ignores the water quality contamination events that have already happened when these safety measures are not in place. Backflow preventers, for anyone who doesn't know, are crucial in safeguarding water quality by preventing contaminants from flowing back into the public water supply. And without them, there's a heightened risk of contamination. So this directly affects the health of North Carolinians. And then lastly, the fire marshals are directly affected by Section 2.1, which prohibits local fire prevention codes. This significantly hampers their ability and local jurisdictions' ability to address fire safety concerns that are specific to their jurisdictions. All of these changes should be put through the regular course to go through the building code and be deliberated carefully, not rushed through with this bill over the governor's veto. I urge you to support the governor's veto of this harmful legislation.
Any further discussion or debate? Hearing none, the motion before the body is that Senate Bill 166 become law, notwithstanding the objections of the governor. All in favor will vote aye. All opposed will vote no. 5 seconds will be allowed for voting, and the clerk will record the vote. "27 having voted in the affirmative, 17 in the negative. The motion to override the governor's veto of Senate Bill 166 passes by 3/5 of the members present and voting in accordance with Article 2, Section